Sometimes
Hello,
you want.
everybody. I am low. I am very low. Emotionally. Because I'm not playing Donkey Kong in this moment. That should be better. Hello. There we go. There's chat.
When everybody knows your name. Okay.
Game mess decides. Okay, there's that. There's this. Make sure the music is correct. Alright, there's that. You guys hear that?
No.
Okay.
No.
That is... Oh, yeah, right. I turned that off because people were getting feedback. Hear that?
There it is. Yep.
Yep.
Sure did, buddy.
Oh, it's the size,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
much Nintendo uses, like
That's all right.
Yeah.
Nintendo's Type 2.
We'll just kind of touch on it a little bit. All right. You know what? I'm going to have the super chats here just so I can see them because that helps with me processing audio information when I can see it visually as well. Okay.
I saw a clip of Sam Cedar asking about waifus and he killed me.
Yeah, what's Sam Cedar's feelings about waifus?
Somebody asked him if he made a waifu with Grubb. And
Oh, sure.
he's like,
Oh,
"What
the
is a
frog man.
waifu?" Did I say something
Pretty good Sam
offensive?
Cedar. Okay, I think we're ready. Mike, I'm going to bring this show in if you're good to go.
One
All right.
second.
Yeah, no problem.
Maybe stupid camera keeps like moving on its own.
Yeah. Fucking is that a transformer camera you have
Well,
there?
I
One
will.
second. I probably moved it too
No,
much.
I can
you'll
adjust it
fix
on my
it.
side now if you have it where you want it.
Okay, it's good. It's just it sometimes moves on its own, so keep an eye on it. I gotta tape it or something.
Yeah, no worries. I get it.
What's the
It's haunted.
cube? You got
Mhm.
touched by the cube.
Quit gleaming that cube. All right. I am ready. All right, Mike, I'm going to count us in. Here we go.
Do it.
5, 4, 3. It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game Mess Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of games so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb, and with me is...
Mike Minotti.
In today's episode, we got a good look at the Zelda and Link actors for that movie. Ubisoft has a new Guillemot in charge, and Bananza. Bananza! Mike Minotti, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I actually just played like 3 hours of Donkey Kong Bananza. I spent my time after work and before this just playing as much of it as I can, and I had a very good time.
Yeah, I played maybe like an hour last night, and then I got in a few minutes here or there tonight. And it's been, it's a good game that feels good to play, and I like to play it, and I wish I was playing it right now.
Yeah, for sure. I know we'll talk about it a little bit more in depth later, but it is just very joyful, and I am excited to keep, no pun intended, digging into it.
Yep, yeah, just everything about it's kind of hitting me. All right.
Jeff, I need to tell you something. I need to confess something.
Please, go ahead.
That pun was intended.
You can't.
I lied.
You got to stop gaslighting us. All right. You got to.
I'm sorry.
You got to cut it out.
I had to come clean right away.
Wow. Just don't know if I can trust you anymore. All right.
I don't blame you. I'll try to rebuild that bridge there.
All right. I'm glad we're doing this show. Look forward to it. glad we're getting into it. Sure, I wish I was playing Donkey Kong, but whatever. We'll get over it. It'll be just fine.
It'll be waiting for us. It's okay.
Exactly. And we have some Donkey Kong stuff to talk about, or vague Nintendo stuff, and I'm sure we'll wrap around that and then get into it in what we've been playing. But first, thank you for joining us. Give us a good rating wherever you are listening, and hit that like button on YouTube, please. It helps people find the show. If you want to ask a question, you can drop a super chat during the show here on YouTube while we're live. We'll get to all of those before the end of the program. Thank you to Carlos Ayin, who is Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube, for the use of our theme songs. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever pods are caught. Thank you to the mods. Thanks to Christian for producing. And you can get more from Mike and me and support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to our Discord server, participation in Q&A sessions, and our game club discussions, early access to new episodes of shows like Columbros, and of course, all of our shows ad-free. That's patreon.com/GameMess. The new Columbros is up now, right, Christian? Did that get up? I can't remember if that we actually...
Yep, it's up and running.
Thank you so much for that. I will do a Q&A session this weekend. That is the plan. All right.
And Game S, the Game S Game Club topic has been officially scheduled for Tuesday, so the blueprints thing, it will happen.
All
At one
right.
point I said we would do it today, and then we didn't because Donkey Kong, so I apologize. But Tuesday.
There you go. Friendly reminder, as always, you can also become a supporter by becoming a YouTube member. Hit that join button here on YouTube. Or a Twitch subscriber, twitch.tv/Tolkoto, twitch.tv/Christian_RARG, or twitch.tv/Jeff Grubb. All right. Big topics of the week. You ready, Mike?
Okay.
The Legend of Zelda film cast has been announced, and it's people we don't necessarily know. It is, let's see here. Benjamin Evan Ainsworth will play Link, and Bo Bragason will play Zelda in the upcoming live-action film adaptation of The Legend of Zelda. Miyamoto announced this on Twitter, not even on the Nintendo Today app. He was like, hey, it's Miyamoto. I still have the Twitter login on here, and I'm just telling you guys what's going on. I think the cast looks fine. I think it looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell just from pictures, but I could see these two people cosplaying as those characters pretty effectively in terms of like costumes and wigs. So that part is good. I'm mostly just relieved that it's not famous people. That would be distracting.
Right, Timothy Chalamet would be very distracting. Yeah.
Right, it's like that, or a Tom Holland, or whatever, as Link, and some famous person as Zelda. It would just be kind of... It's already weird, this whole thing of a live-action Zelda movie. The fact that it is people who I am probably seeing in a movie for the first time with this, that is going to help a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I know Benjamin Ainsworth from anything. He was on
the Haunting the Bly Manor.
The Haunting of Bly Manor. I never saw that.
Yeah.
He was in the Sandman for one episode. No, he was in 2022's Pinocchio. Which one's that? Is that no? Okay, that's the one with Tom Hanks.
That's the live. Was he Pinocchio? He kind of looks like he could be a Pinocchio.
He is Pinocchio. So there you go.
I should know him, but no, I heard that was terrible, so I never watched it.
Do you know who played Jiminy Cricket in that movie? Joseph Gordon-Levitt played Jiminy Cricket. That's weird.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What?
Nope.
Man, I just like that. Just hired, because one thing, it's not like it was a person in a suit, or like it's just a character, like CG thing. I assume.
Yeah.
Just make a character and have whoever you're having doing the voice of Jiminy Cricket do that. We all like Jiminy Cricket's voice a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear Joseph Gordon-Levitt trying to tell me to give him my art for free so he can put it in Beyond Good and Evil 2.
This movie looks insane, and I'm still talking about Pinocchio. All right. Anyway, I gotta stop. I gotta close that IMDb page. What up, Christian?
Do we have a connection with Rahul Kohli, because he was on the Haunting of Bly Manor? Maybe we got a link. We can get a hold of Rahul Kohli if we absolutely needed to. Yeah, I mean,
You say a link? Did you just say we have a link?
yeah, he did say that.
Piece of shit.
I just,
Yeah.
that was
What a-
not intended. I'm not a criminal
I
like
don't
this.
Okay,
believe you.
come
I
on.
don't believe you.
Come on, admit
I
it.
don't believe you.
I'm sick of these
it's-
pun liars.
This movie's going to be out in 2 years, and I just can't imagine that world, Jeff. I just have such a... Like, when that trailer drops, I'm going to be so curious. When you said like Illumination's making a Mario movie, I had an idea in my head of what that would be like, and what we got was mostly that, right?
Yes. Yeah,
like I could picture it. I still just can't even really picture or understand what this thing is. Like, what is going to be the even closest comparison? When's the last time we had a kind of family-friendly live-action fantasy epic? The Bear and the Compass, or whatever that thing was called, the Golden Compass.
The Golden Compass. Oh, like, yeah, sure, yeah.
Is this going to be Narnia coded? Like, what is this?
It's definitely not going to be Game of Thrones.
It's going to be Planet of the Ape coded because he's West Wall. So there you go.
I'd be all right with that. I never saw his Planet of the Apes movie, but whatever.
It's really good.
Okay,
I have faith in this guy. Sorry, I'm talking too much, but movies I know, and this guy is pretty good.
I don't know. Cast looks nice. I hope that it works out for them, and I hope the movie's good. I have my reservations about that, but whatever. This is a better start than a lot of movies when they announce their cast. A lot of times there's immediate backlash. That's not happening here.
Right, it's not like it's like immediately what's his face as Sully in Uncharted. What's that guy? Mark Wahlberg. We don't have an immediate Mark Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm. We've avoided the immediate Mark Wahlberg, and I'm proud of us all. Yves Guillemot's son is the new co-CEO of the new Ubisoft, which is a subsidiary of the old Ubisoft. If you don't remember, this is the one that's going to keep making Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. And that's all they're going to make. And he's co-CEO with another person who's been making games for 35 years. So I do wonder why they felt that old Charlie Guillemot needs training wheels. But hey, whatever. Ubisoft, I mean, we bring them up almost always in this context, Mike, of, man, what are they going to do? How are they going to survive all this? I'm just not expecting much to change at Ubisoft. It's the same leadership, the same franchises, probably the same kinds of games going forward, right?
Yeah, I mean, this whole weird subsidiary thing, it's basically just like the maneuvering that they had to do in order to get that influx of Tencent cash. I don't completely understand it, but you know, there's like a giant Tencent investment as part of this.
Yeah, $1 billion+ dollars. Yeah, and apparently the co-CEO is Yves' cousin. That's incredible.
It's just okay, keeping it in the family still. Sure. Yeah, but like none of their problems are solved. That they say their biggest franchises, right? It's like, well, you guys have to create, and I think that's still doing well. It seems like Assassin's Creed Shadows.
The last one did well.
Yeah, it did well. But like, use these other big franchises. We haven't had a Far Cry in forever. Are people going to show up for that again? Like Rainbow Six Siege was a hit, and then they've done some other ones and not so much. So are they going to be able to strike gold with Rainbow Six again? I don't know. But even if they do, it's Ubisoft's kind of whole strategy is that we are a publisher that makes really big and expensive games. And now the games are just too expensive to the point where it doesn't matter that they consistently sell pretty well, it might not be good enough anymore. So, and like their solution to that was the same solution everybody came up with. Oh, we just need more live service games. When then none of those hit, they even flirted with Web3 bullshit for a while because of course they did. It's frustrating because like they kind of out of nowhere they just made a Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, but there's no actual money in that, or at least not under their current business model, so it doesn't make a dent in anything that they're doing. In fact, that team was disbanded. So it's like, it's just frustrating me. It's like I see the thing that I like that they do, and that kind of doesn't matter. Instead, the course is just to keep investing in these franchises. I think a lot of people are feeling fatigue for. Assassin's Creed is a little bit more immune to that because there are just people who really like Assassin's Creed. We used to say that about like Need for Speed. Like, I guess Need for Speed is just this audience that just loves that, and all of a sudden, like, that's a dead franchise. So I don't know.
Yep. Need for Speed got put on indefinite hiatus. I don't know how they were phrasing it, but yeah, effectively dead. I think you kind of nailed it. That's the rundown there on Ubisoft. What they do next is it just doesn't feel like there's any answer at all. I know we said that a million times, but that's just continues to be where they're at. And this just feels like it was a scheme to get that Tencent money, but still keep themselves in charge. And they got that Tencent money, and the Guillemot family's still in charge. So they got what they wanted. As far as anyone who cares about those franchises getting what they want, you'll probably still get your Assassin's Creeds. They will probably put a lot of focus on that. If you like anything else from Ubisoft, I wouldn't count on it forever. Like Far Cry feels like if it has diminishing returns, they will just cut that off.
I know we already invoked Beyond Good and Evil 2 once here, but how are you feeling about that one these days? I was like feeling a little hopeful when that remaster came out and it was still teasing it. I'm like, I guess that's still a real video game. But even that was a while ago. It doesn't seem like that many people bought that remaster, even though I thought it was pretty good. So I don't know.
I'm of the opinion that every game that we've heard about for like the last 5 years that has not like turned into something yet is on the wrong side of the chopping block for the most part. And that's those
Sands of Time included in that.
Sands of Time, the Splinter Cell remake, a bunch of stuff at Microsoft too, a bunch of stuff at a bunch of companies, a bunch of EA games, all that stuff, those Marvel games, right? One of them's already been canceled. I'm of the opinion that all that kind of stuff, they are just not interested in putting their money after that anymore. And where are they going to put their money? I don't know. It just doesn't feel like on the kinds of games that we're interested in this moment. I think there will be a strong rubber banding back toward the audience that we find ourselves in a couple of years. But for the moment, if you're not Nintendo, maybe not PlayStation, your emphasis might be on like, let's go try to find the mobile gamers again, because those games are cheap to make, and maybe you get a big hit.
Simpsons Tapped Out 2 coming from EA, right?
Yeah.
Not Titanfall 3.
Yes. Oh, yeah. One definitely way more likely than the other. Yes. Donkey Kong Bananza reviews came out. The game is out. I could say that I agree that it is at least a 90. I don't know about a 91 on OpenCritic now.
Wait, what did we each pick? You remember apparently.
You went first, and you went 91, and I went 90.
Yep. So good. I am so good at this.
And I was mad because I was like, 91's so fucking good, and I was just like, do I go above or below? And I went below, and I think it would take a lot to get it down to a 90 now. So,
oh baby, oh man, I've got a talent. I should be one of those consultants, right? Apparently, most people know like what review your game's going to get based off of almost nothing.
Yep, pretty mad about that. So here we go. The reviews though are almost universally glowing. Everyone seems to like the way Donkey Kong feels to control, the way the game looks, the way it sounds. It just kind of has it all going for it. And then when you see complaints, they're very minor for the most part. I was watching some of Kind of Funny's review, and Tim was like, "This is better than Odyssey." And I'm like, whoa, man, I know how much he likes Odyssey, so that kind of blew me away. Now, as I'm playing it, Mike, it's got such a good first impression of the way it feels to move Donkey Kong around.
And it gets you right in. It's even a faster start than Odyssey.
Yes, definitely. And just like the way it feels to like the various movement options of, surfing on a rock that you rip up, or doing the roll into a jump into a roll. And that just and that the way that snaps, like you on a dime, you can change Donkey Kong's direction during that. So it's like, even as I'm like rolling really fast at the edge, in a game like Odyssey, like that momentum would have carried me off here. But here it's like I could just turn. And so I'm like, I am rolling everywhere. It feels incredible.
First off, Scott, thank you for the 5 gifted YouTube
Thank you,
memberships.
Scott.
Really appreciate it. It's like, see, like some of the things I was mildly concerned about, like, okay, like, open world destruction game where you can climb anywhere. That's maybe cool. That's not really like a 3D platformer exploration game in that sense. But the level design is still really good, and there are moments where you can't just climb everywhere for one reason or other. So you are doing clever platforming or clever specific kind of climbing and tunneling and things like that. So it's not just like this mess of a world and you just destroy it and you have to it's not entirely, go create your own fun. It's still a really well crafted, like level design, gameplay wise endeavor here. But yeah, Donkey Kong just feels so fun. It does remind me of Odyssey in that way, just this great moveset, like that, the roll, jump, roll thing. That reminds me a bit of how good the jumping, throwing Cappy, like diving into Cappy, then diving again kind of mechanic felt in that. I did the tutorial area and I just finished the first main sub level basically.
Oh, okay, awesome. What did the progression of that feel like?
It was definitely kind of like the first time you're in those Odyssey areas, honestly, where you're kind of guided along a linear path that first time through it, and then it's kind of clear later there's like a lot of other nooks and crannies to explore, those little like kind of challenge sub areas, or just digging around looking for bananas or those tokens or things, all the collectibles and stuff like that. So, and even like the second area I just got to a little bit already seems like noticeably bigger than that first one, or at least more wide open. Like it's opening up even more. So yeah, I am just having a fantastic. I mean, it's such a good looking game, and it's such a good sounding game. People are talking about the frame drops, right? Like, yeah, it happens. Like, if it happens for like a second here and there, and it's just not an issue at all. It's not something that is bothering me even remotely. It's not something I really think is worth even a criticism.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It's like it's not registering as a negative in any way. If it happens, it is happening in a burst where so much else is happening that it doesn't have an effect on the fun of the game in any real way. Really looking forward to kind of just burning through this game. Gonna play the hell out of it over the next week. I'm already kind of feeling like, I'm gonna 100% this. I kind of want to really get good at these movement options that the character has, and the upgrade tree has even been like pretty enticing. That's weird for a 3D platformer, especially from Nintendo.
Well, hey, that King Kong game had it. Right?
You're right. I mean, it's a monkey thing, I guess. Yeah,
it's just a monkey thing. Yeah, they love skill trees. I mean, they're monkeys. They love trees. So yeah, There you go.
There it is.
Yeah. I just am so excited to play more of it. There's a lot of charm. The animation is so well done. The characters are so expressive.
It's funny. Oof. It's the bit it's where funny. Pauline's like, maybe I should sing, maybe I shouldn't, and it does like a pretty good like editing joke. And DK's got a different expression each time, and he's so expressive that it's just like I can't wait to see what face he's gonna make next because it's that entertaining. So just all around, even solid game.
Even just like the way basic combat feels, like picking up pieces of the earth and swinging it at people and stuff like that. I did the first major boss fight, and that was great. I love Mario Odyssey, and I would have super been down for Mario Odyssey too, but I am really happy that they went like this different direction and gave us something that is really new, still is like reminiscent of Odyssey, still is reminiscent of like the classic Donkey Kong stuff in some way, because you have things like the barrels and this other stuff that it still is clearly Donkey Kong, but very clearly a new chapter for him.
Looking forward to playing a ton more. I'm going to play probably more tonight when we're done here. All right.
Same.
These are the big topics that I wanted to talk about, but we're getting a lot of super chats, Mike. So how about this? Let's go to a break. Oh, yeah, please.
Well, don't forget Nintendo.
You're right.
Before we came out here, they announced it's coming back. What's coming back, Jeff?
Nintendo is bringing back its mysterious online playtest from last year. Nintendo tested an unannounced online game, and now it's coming back. We will perform another test in the Nintendo Switch Online Playtest program, Nintendo said on social media. From 8 a.m. Pacific Time, July 21st, Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack members can apply to participate on a first-come, first-served basis. Applications are now open for the second test, which Nintendo describes as the same service for which we performed a test in October of 2024, and will be available on both Switch and Switch 2. Those who participated in the previous playtest can also participate in this playtest, Nintendo said. For this test, Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack members can apply to participate individually or as a group. What does that mean?
A group? What does that mean?
Last year, players who successfully signed up for the mystery test were sent documentation on the program, including a series of requirements, such as keeping the test contents secret. However, images and details inevitably leaked online. Leaked images of the test showed what appeared to be an MMO of sorts, in which players work together to fully develop a massive, expansive planet by utilizing creativity and farmed resources.
Sounds like communism to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's I've seen things. Who could say where about this game?
And Nom.
Yeah, Nom. Where I appreciate it. It's like it is like a block building game. And if you have a block of water, it like will fall down if it's not supported by other stuff. And you can get like fun little vehicles that are also the size of one block, but it'll be like a forklift, and you can go and lift up a whole large stack of blocks, and the forklift goes really high, so you can like stack those up even higher and stuff like that. It's got some interesting ideas to it. And like the whole idea is like, at least as far as what I saw, you build up as far as you can, and you have to carry this like lamp like thing up to the higher elevations, and that like spreads the light from the lamp further across the landscape, and that makes more of the land usable for you. It becomes more part of your territory, and you're doing this next to a bunch of other players that are doing the same thing. It's
an EverQuest Next like.
It's just an EverQuest Next like, and we know Nintendo's been ripping off EverQuest Next for years now. They were bound to get to this eventually. Hey, I like what I saw. Did not play, of course, and I think that people will be kind of. I think it'll take on a life of its own once it's here. I'm just very curious how Nintendo eventually ends up presenting this game to everyone. Like, how do they sell this thing? What do they do?
Yeah, like, I wonder if it's on Switch 1, Switch 2, I wonder if the Switch 2 version is going to, like, have some noticeable improvements. I wonder if, some people were wondering if, there's going to be an IP actually attached to this thing. I wonder if we see that now. I'm just curious if it looks more fully developed. It feels like it's been a decent bit since that last test. It's been some time to work on this, and at some point, I assume this is going to become an actual game. This whole thing is just so weird because Nintendo doesn't usually operate like this, right? Having the public testing its games kind of in this pre-alpha stage. I don't even know what you call it.
How do I sign up? It's grayed out for me. What do I got to do?
It's not. You can't sign up yet.
Oh, okay.
21st.
All right. The story said applications were now live. I thought so. Okay. All right. Cool.
What did they mean with groups? It's like, can you send like a group invite? What's up with that?
Yeah, we'll have to try to figure that out ourselves, I think.
Tomorrow at 6 Eastern, apparently.
Okay.
Brad Lynch says in chat. Thank you,
cool.
Thank you, Marino.
I will 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. Like, what? It says right here on the site that I'm looking at. Let's okay, July 18th at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Brad Lynch.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Let's remind each other.
Yeah.
I'd like to get in this time.
Okay. So let's do what I said we were going to do. Let's take a break. Come back. There's lots of super chats from the community. Let's talk about what they want to talk about right after this. All right.
All right. I'm good to go.
Yep, me too.
Wow. Okay. Damn, that's fast.
Okay. I'm bringing us back. All right. Here we are back in the show. Mike Minotti, we have some super chats. Let's read them.
Alrighty, from Simon from Saskatchewan says, Mike, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. First I'm like, what are you talking about? Then I realized, Saskatchewan, Canada. Literally, Canada.
Canada.
The national anthem that I disparaged very recently on the voicemail dump.
Now, you didn't say anything bad about the national anthem. You just said Disney did it better.
Well, to be clear, Disney also made a better, song about America in Epcot also. Golden Dreams.
There you go.
They're just good at that kind of thing. I'm sorry.
Can you stop fucking around international, getting into trouble with other countries? That's crazy.
Can you please petition your government to add its own pavilion in Epcot? I'd love to visit Argentina.
You eventually will own us, so what's the fucking
point? Next up from Simon says, "We're Clan. What are Clan Minotti's thoughts on you reading rap lyrics? Next time you read lyrics, you should do it in a robe with a roaring fire in the fireplace. That'd be funny." My brothers didn't say anything about it. I don't think my parents would ever see that. I'm sure that they were bemused and shook their heads and just moved on.
Yeah, that's how they deal with Mike mostly.
Simon from Saskatchewan says, I read somewhere that some PS2 games like Rascal don't play as well on PS2. Is that real or BS? What is the best backwards compatible console? It's real. I think the only thing with Rascal was that the menus didn't work. Remember that?
Right.
There was a graphical issue there. They just didn't pop in. I didn't need them for anything, I think. But it was weird that they just didn't work. So something with the compatibility layer there with PS2 is sometimes weird. Usually, though, it's pretty good. It's fine.
Yeah, I always thought there was just a PS1 inside the PS2. I guess I don't really know how it works. Maybe there is, and there was just some artifact of how it was implemented that caused these problems.
Yeah.
That's why the best backward compatibility is the Game Boy Advance to Game Boy Color and Game Boy, because there's just a Game Boy inside the Game Boy Advance, that sort of thing.
Right. So that's pretty good. But some of them, so the 3DS is backward compatible with the DS, but like the DS games always felt a little weird on the 3DS. Like it would get kind of like squished on the one screen.
There's a button you could hold to make them the same size on each screen or whatever, so that it would be the same pixel ratio as it was on the DS, and they look a lot better. But then it still kind of looks a little bit funky on the 3DS in some ways.
Right. There's the first PS3s that were backwards compatible with the PS2 and PS1. That ruled. That was great. Even if I don't know if there were issues, but even if there were just a few, that was great. It's like the only PlayStation console you needed.
Yep. Let's see. I'm trying to think of any other, like the ones that didn't have just the console in there from before. You know what? Xbox Series X at this point, pretty good for backward compatibility from all the Xbox consoles. That's pretty impressive. I
mean, the Switch one, backwards compatible, and the Switch 2 is pretty great. Pretty nice.
Excellent. I've been using it a ton. Yep.
Yeah. And it's mostly just things are actually better. Not noticing issues, so that's nice. All right. And then from Ricky B, I've been trying to reignite my childhood love for video games for 15 years. I live vicariously through you guys. But holy shit, I played Donkey Kong Bonanza last night for 5 hours straight. It's so effing good. Yeah, it's just a joyful game. And it's great because this is a game that I know we're gonna love. It's also a game I can just so easily imagine kids loving too. Like kids love a lot of Nintendo games,
and they liked it. Yep.
But I think kids are gonna just freak out. It's just so inherently fun to dig around in this game.
Yep. It is a game. As I'm playing it, I can feel myself just smiling from playing it. Like it's happening naturally. And I think it's gonna win over a lot of people for sure. And my kids definitely were into it from what they've played so far.
Next up is Ricky B. Says, Mike, you must have felt like a damn fool letting another July 4th go by without seeing Independence Day, as everyone gushingly reminisced about it. Yeah, I know.
I don't know if it's gonna have the effect at this point. I don't know.
Sure.
The kinds of movies you like are very much it reminds me of what's your Nick Cage movie always, National Treasure. Like the vibes are pretty similar actually when it's all said and done between those two movies. So I think there's a chance you'll watch and be like, you know what, I love Independence Day, but it was magical in its moment, and so I wonder if it wouldn't have the same effect.
I mean, I generally like 90s blockbusters a lot. I just assumed that this one was some kind of scary, ultra-violent movie for no reason.
Mike, I remembered something. Yeah. I thought the same thing when I was a kid.
The ad campaign was very aggressive about how it was kind of amping up they're blowing up the White House and it's scary and everyone's gonna die.
Yeah, and there was another movie coming out at the same time that I remember conflating it with the it wasn't Patrick Swayze, but it was another actor, and it was another alien abduction movie. And so I was seeing both commercials for both, and I thought it was the same movie, and so I was mixing it all together. And my family's talking so excitedly about going to see Independence Day, and I'm like, nah, it seems kind of scary. I don't think I'm going to go. And everyone said, what are you talking about? It's not the scary. And then they pointed me no, it's this movie. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go. And I went and I had a great time, but I had to be talked into it. I remembered.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I kind of got,
Fire in the Sky. Thank you, Marino. That's it. That's the movie.
For some reason, when I was a kid, I saw Deep Impact and not Armageddon. And Armageddon's apparently just kind of a stupid, fun romp for the most part.
Yes.
Deep Impact, an upsetting movie, actually, kind of dark and dreary. So I was like, I don't want to see these disaster movies. I kind of turned against that whole genre. I think I equated Independence Day with that, and not with Men in Black or something more fun. All right, next up is Tuber. If Bananza was as good as you guys are saying, then it would have helped Mikey overcome his fruit racism. I'm pissed off, Jeff, actually.
He eats apples now.
Well, yeah, what the fuck? I knew I was getting into a banana situation. It's practically there in the name. Why are there so many fucking apples in this video game?
Yeah, I mean, look, any animal that likes bananas is also going to like apples. It's just, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Bullshit.
I'm sorry, but there's some really big apples in there too. Big, juicy apples.
It's gross. It's disgusting. It's a big problem. They should, how they have the option to get rid of the spiders in some games?
Yeah. You need an apple phobia mode. Yeah.
I need Apple phobia mode. We gotta get Nintendo on the line here.
I knew I was getting into a banana situation. It's a pretty good.
Yep, that's what he said. Those are his words.
I knew I was getting into a banana situation. Next up is Lex Luddy. Friendship with Giant Bomb ended. Nextlander is my BFF now.
I'm listening to the episode now. It's a good episode. You did a great job.
Yes. Lex was on Nextlander. Everybody, so check that out. Elgreg says, don't let DK Bananza fool you into thinking you won't be playing 50 rounds of the Mario Party expansion next week with Dan. Bust up the camera. That's not next. Oh, man. It's next week. I have the camera.
All right, I guess we're doing that. We're making it happen.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm talking to you on a podcast again, because there was, I think it was Nintendogs where, I don't know, somebody's trying to tell you that the Kirby and the Forgotten Land expansion was coming out on
I think what's happened was like I was talking about Kirby Air Riders right when I read that in chat, and it was like, okay, they announced that for August. I was just like, that didn't feel right, but I went with it because I mean we had mentioned also separately the Kirby DLC. It was like the first thing we mentioned, and I had moved on from that. I wasn't thinking about it anymore.
Right, but it's just important to be held accountable. So let's, for the record here, say that Kirby Air Riders does not have a release date.
I'm flogging myself. Oh, ow!
Thank you.
I
appreciate that.
Ow!
Yeah, harder.
Okay,
that's right. Hot. Next up is Symbiosis. I just learned about 2 new boner pills. They game as penis. Yeah, I think we've been getting a lot of boner pills on the podcast.
Guns,
ads.
Apparently.
You're welcome.
The boner pills I'm okay with. I'd rather not get gun ads on the show.
Yeah, Christian, we like the gun ads that were showing up on some of the Giant Bomb podcasts have been showing up on Game Mess podcast, and I meant to do something about it, but go ahead and reach out. Email them and find out what's going on there. There's some other weird ones. If you get weird ads ever, because we opt out of all the categories that you just wouldn't want to hear, it's because they are being miscategorized by the people paying for the ads. And they don't, it's all programmatic. So
wait, gun people being dishonest and shifty?
I didn't think it was possible, Mike. And frankly, I think it must be an honest mistake when it all comes.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
It's a misshoot.
Let us know. We'll deal with it.
All right.
Misfire.
Misfire. I knew what you meant. Cody Owen says, I got 70mm IMAX Odyssey tickets. Part of the problem.
Should I buy those tickets now? That's crazy to buy movie tickets a year in advance.
Yeah, I mean, boy, I know that director usually doesn't miss, and I like the idea of a big budget Odyssey movie for sure. I like that Homer shit. But there is something about Matt Damon as Odysseus that is... It's like I'm talking about if Tom Holland was Link, right? Like, I don't want to see that. I kind of don't want to see Matt Damon being Odysseus. It's a weird casting choice.
I feel like he's got enough range that he could pull it off, but I do understand what you mean. Like, I'm just going to see Matt Damon. You're right.
I tell you what, Team America did a lot of damage to my perception of Matt Damon.
It's been
I'm just gonna be
35 years since that movie came out, but yeah.
I know. It's like I watch it all the time, but that's just what it was a funny bit.
You're right. Like, I've seen him in a ton. I don't necessarily, it's not the first place I go. And yet when he does come up, I guess maybe the first thing my brain does think is Damon. So, so you're right. I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that's good. Although the Odyssey is like kind of a violent story, and like I could kind of handle that when it's a hokey like TV miniseries. I don't know how much I want to see like the big modern, like accurate portrayal of Odyssey with people getting eaten by Cyclops and drowning.
I don't know how much he'll do that because like he did a World War I movie, right? It was World War I for Dunkirk? I can't remember. Maybe that was World War II.
Yeah. That's one.
World War I, and that is a famously bloody war, and Dunkirk was famously bloody in places, and there's just not a lot of that in that movie.
Oh, really?
He's very reserved.
Maybe I should have seen that.
Yeah, very reserved with the use of gore and violence.
When Odysseus comes, back home and he shoots all those like interlopers with the arrow, that I'm kind of into. At that point, I'm like, yeah, get him. Yeah. Like the dog that stays alive just long enough to wag his tail at him when he comes home and then dies immediately. It's good shit.
Dunkirk's got to be World War II now that I'm thinking about it.
Because the dog dies. I'm sorry. I just think I like the loyalty of the dog. I feel like I needed to specify there.
We know what you mean.
Yeah.
I should read another super chat.
Yeah, move on.
Next up is from Input Video here. The Legend of Bo Bragason's son, Benjamin Sons Bob. Bo Bragason is that's a fun name to say. Right?
It does sound like Bo Bragason is the father of every child in this town. Like, yeah, that SNL sketch. Yeah.
Yeah. What else is Bo Bragason ever? Because
let's see.
She was a child actress. It looks like makes sense. I think they both were.
Oh, vaguely familiar here. Yeah.
But Radley's three. I mean, she might be even more of an up and comer than the guy. I don't really recognize much of any.
She didn't
of
play
this.
Pinocchio. All right. Well,
she was not in Pinocchio. No,
I can trust her then.
They're mostly just TV stuff. I don't even know if she's done much. Some of it's kind of film, yeah. So I think she's even more unknown.
All right. Well, good for her.
Yes. What else? Next up here is from Tuber. The DOJ is charging Luigi with going funky mode. Yeah, I mean, look, Jeff, I'm not that far in yet, but I haven't seen Funky Kong yet.
No, I've not seen Funky Kong. I've seen some other Kongs. I saw Kong Elder, who's a DJ now. Mm-hmm. He's retired and became a DJ, and I thought that was pretty cool. But no Funky Kong yet, so I'm getting worried.
It's gonna be okay if he's not there, isn't it, Chef? It's gonna be
he's made it clear it's not gonna be okay. He's made it explicitly clear it's a major problem if he's not in this game.
Not for me.
Oh my
God. It's not gonna be a problem for me. It's gonna be a problem for a lot of other people, though.
Oh my God.
All right, move on.
Jason Fulton says, still can't stop thinking about DK Orangutan. It's like, what is this? What is DK OGB? All right, Donkey Kong Orangutan. Wait, it's hard to say.
Okay, orangutan gangbang.
Orangutan gangbang.
There it is.
Would the unique peripheral / controller have been? What would have been? What would some of the levels have been called? I think you still use the bongos, but you yeah, you hit them with dildos.
Okay. That's where you're going. Not that the bongos are like a butt or something. Just hit them with dildos.
That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Hell yeah.
You went there, huh?
You know, it's so fucked up that they were gonna make a bongo racing game. And it's like all these Donkey Kong characters with bongos on them, and they're pushing the bongos a turn. They just made that a Wii game without the bongos.
Yeah, that was frustrating. I was looking for a picture of Tiny Kong, and she was strapped to bongos. I'm like, what the fuck is this game? And it turned out
right, it's that weird racing game that they made. Tiny Kong was in that and in one of the baseball games too. I think
really
they were using Tiny Kong a bit for some, and they redesigned her so she looked older, so she looked more different from Dixie Kong.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. When Donkey Kong 64 first came out, I thought that was just Dixie Kong, and I misremembered her name or something.
Right. It definitely was confusing to me for quite some time. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up here is from Screaming Madden. Have you guys seen Min-Max's top 5 3D platformers video? No. I kind of want to just know what the 5 are now.
A crime.
It's probably gonna be a crime, right?
It's like at least 3 of them should just be Mario games, maybe 4, and then
so it's top 5 3D platformers. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say what they are. Because we know what the best 3D platformers. Yeah. It's Odyssey. It's. I mean, I'll go Galaxy 1. I think I prefer Galaxy 2, but I mean they're both great.
One of the Galaxies. Let's not give it to both, I guess, because there's only so many slots we can do that.
I would still Mario 64, Astrobot, and then what's a 5th?
I could do one of the Ratchet and Clanks. I could do Crack in Time or Rift Apart there.
Yeah, I'll take.
I could do either of those. I could do Crash Bandicoot 4 in that slot. I think that it's fantastic. Actually.
All right, let's.
It's all right. So when they did it, it was 3 Mario games, Sly Cooper 2, and Jak and Daxter. I like Jak and Daxter 1 quite a bit.
That's
I'm not
respectable,
mad about
actually.
that.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I haven't played the Sly Coopers. That's one missing for me. I think I would put Astrobot above Jak and Daxter, but that's okay.
I get that maybe they're like, it's a bit soon. Like Astrobot was just last year. If you're talking about all time, maybe you want to give it a little bit more time. I see when that happens. I bet if they do that again in 2 years, Astrobot would be on there.
I'd almost be more interested in just doing a top 5 3D platformers that aren't Mario games, right?
Yeah.
You get a little bit more creative there.
Yep.
Because yeah, I could put 3D World on there also, you know.
Oh yeah,
a lot
sure.
of really
You're
good
right.
Mario ones.
Yeah, I love
especially when Bowser's Fury part of the package gets kind of wild.
Honestly, Mario games might be my actual top 5 favorite 3D platformers. Really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it might be all Mario. So wait, what are the ones that aren't Mario? Do you want to do that real quick?
I think the best ones that aren't Mario are Crash Bandicoot 4, Astrobot. Those 2 Ratchet Clanks, Rift Apart and Crack of Time are the ones I think about a lot.
I would do Rift Apart for sure. I'd probably put Banjo-Kazooie on there for me.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie 1, Jak and Daxter 1. You know, I know some people like 2 more, but 1 is definitely more of the pure 3D platformer.
Right.
I have not played the Sly Coopers. I know you don't like the Spyros, but I think those original Spyro games are actually very good.
I don't dislike the Spyros. No. The Spyros are good games. I just don't think they're... I just think they're pretty plain in terms of the way I feel when I'm playing them, and I enjoy Banjo-Kazooie a little bit more. Yeah. But I think the Spyro games... I like Spyro way more than I like the original Crash Bandicoot games.
Oh, Rayman 2 would be a good pick. I wouldn't call Mirror's Edge a 3D platform. I know what you mean, Mr. Pop Show.
Rayman
and Kirby the Forgotten Land.
Oh, yeah.
Kirby the Forgotten Land's good. Yeah. So, and that, I mean, you know, we have Bananza now to finish back.
Yep. That's a non-Mario one. Yeah. Honestly, I might already be able to put that on my top 5.
Oh, Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2 was phenomenal.
I like
Psychonauts 2 was very good. Psychonauts 2 could easily be on that top 5. So, interesting. Okay. Okay, next up is Scott says, growing up, I always remember games and movies coming out in the United States first. What has changed that us in Australia get these releases first now? No, it's not just due to the time zone. If it's more than the time zone thing, then I don't know. I thought it was just, you know, you guys get it kind of half a day earlier because of that.
I mean, I know they get... Maybe they get some movies earlier. The timing on that, I have no idea. No insight into. I wouldn't even know what movies we'd be referring to. The United States audience still spends more money on movie tickets than any other audience. So I think they're very particular about when they put movies out to try to maximize stuff. But that's the only guess I would have there. As far as like games, I mean, the mobile games come out in Australia early because they get tested there. Maybe there's some of that rubbing off in some other games.
I mean, the movies get tested there too.
Maybe.
They got early access.
Yeah.
I still remember when a lot of the games would come out in Japan just like a good year before we would get them. A lot of the time, still.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes
that was kind of an infuriating time.
That still happens sometimes. Like they're
not like it did though, right?
Yeah, it is more like niche stuff now. Like it was like the big games back then. Like
totally. It is funny because they released those games with English translation and everything because they release it like in countries where they speak English. So it's funny that they release on the region and it's not about
sometimes
localization. It's more about just whatever.
Right. It's weird now. Then it was like very easy. Like, oh, they just haven't localized anything and it was going to take forever. I just was reading one of my game magazines that the Video Game History Foundation sent me, and there was a story about Final Fantasy VII is out now in Japan at least, and it's like it wasn't going to come out for another year or whatever it was, 6 months. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was always really long. I mean, I think like the 360 era was when that was curbing a little bit, like because Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of the last times I really remember. And also the 360
became the lead platform, and that was America, I was about to say America first, but that's not a fun phrase to say anymore. So
no, but I know what you mean.
Hell yeah, brother, America first.
Let's go. Input video here says Donkey Kong's neck, Donkey Kong's crack, Donkey Kong's penis, Donkey Kong's back. I know that song.
Okay, good, cool.
My neck, my crack. My penis and my back.
There it is.
Cycle 50 says Mike has no problem singing if he has respect in quotations for the music. It refuses us a rap performance. Explain yourself, Pinesque. I thought I was singing a lot of rap on here recently.
I think. Are they saying that you're not rapping it? You're just You're just saying it with this, this not a sing-songy voice. You're just saying it. All
right, I'll sing I'll sing a rap in a rap style for you all. Kid, honestly, I can go on and on. I can explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I killed an eel. I buried its guts. Planted a tree. Now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on the breakaway. And this tapestry here on my skin is a map of the mysteries I win. Mysteries I win. Victories I win. Shit, I said it wrong. Let's move on.
Embarrassing yourself over there just by making that mistake. Yeah. Everything else was super cool, though.
Yeah. Seth Rogen Says, hope you're all enjoying my new game. Gave Chris a copy, and though he's having a rough time using the two nipples, he says he's having fun.
Thank you, Seth Rogen. Good Seth Rogen laugh, Mike.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear about it,
Tony...
Seth. Good job.
Thanks, Seth, for your buddy. Dude, I bet Seth doesn't like Chris Pratt. Actually, I don't know.
I think you're right. I think you might be right.
Yeah, it's both like cold, but I also respect it. How like Seth Rogen was like super close friends with what's his face from like the disaster. Franco. Then as soon as that stuff came out about Franco, he was like, "I'm out, never talking to him again.
Fuck that guy. I'm done."
It's like, all over.
Seth Rogen in chat says no comment. Thanks, Seth. Appreciate it.
Love your show, the studio or something. Yeah, it's
I'm mad at it because I haven't watched it, and I'm not really mad, but Andor didn't get nearly enough nominations. Got 14. That's not enough.
Oh, that seems like a lot.
And they gave a lot of nominations to The Last of Us season 2, which is
that was actually the really frustrating part. Is the real snubs where all of the main cast of Andor that everyone agrees was very good did not get nominations, but like Pedro Pascal got a nomination for Last of Us season 2.
I love, but that season is so bad. What are they doing?
Yep,
it's crazy.
Antonio Morales says, I'm drunk at the AEW Coliseum taping. Collision taping. My second night out of 6 during the Chicago residency. Ricochet is bald. Tony Storm is the GOAT. Moxley is currently killing the hometown hero, Colt Cabana. Penis. Oh, wow, they still let Colt Cabana wrestle there. That's nice.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, I really liked that AEW pay-per-view All In from the last weekend. That was really good stuff. It's funny how this stuff has been flowing because WWE's pretty bad again. Although the women just put on a good pay-per-view that I would like to check out. Or I don't know if they're bad, but I'm getting there's weird vibes at WWE lately that making me less interested in watching it.
It ebbs and flows, as you said, very fast. Spot. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's good that we have these two now, right? Yep. So that there's kind of these options. But I have learned that it's hard to watch both of them.
Yes.
Even when it is just pay-per-views, it's kind of hard to like try to keep up with both of them for me right now. But yeah, it's like I don't mind just kind of going back and forth between the two based on which one seems the most interesting at the moment.
I'm right there with you.
1 second, I'm gonna crash. I'm gonna reload and find where my spot was. Next up is Dat Boy Jerry. He says Bananza, and then Dat Boy Jerry says Bajanza. Are you on Team Bananza or Team Bajanza?
Oh, I can't pick. Bajanza for sure. 100% Bajanza.
Absolutely. Ali Miracle says work has been killing me as of late. Gonna spend this weekend with the Kong and a comfort carne asada burrito. What's your go-to comfort food combo with the new game? Oh man, that's interesting.
I don't think I'm playing. Pizza. Yeah, pizza. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll play for hours.
I know what you mean.
I'll take a break. I'll eat the pizza, put on something, or just let the game play while I'm eating my pizza and kind of vibing out, and then come back to it after I wash my hands. I just can't have greasy fingers or food fingers.
Right, because almost anything I want to eat is either greasy or would require utensils, and I'm not like gonna fuck around with a bowl on and off while I'm playing a game.
No,
and I don't want greasy controllers for sure.
Separate the fun.
But the burrito's not bad because like with the burrito you do have that tortilla layer protecting you from the grease.
Yeah, the tortilla is like it depends on the tortilla, right? Some are like fried in oil, and that still has a little bit of remnants. But you're right.
My hotheads burritos. I felt bad. I had the hothead burrito two days in a row. I was like, I've got to sneak in an Uber lunch here whenever I can. So I did double burrito, and I felt bad about it. But
burritos are good. An everyday food for me. I can live that way.
Yeah. Paula K. Jiffy says, "Did you fix your OBS yet, or whatever the issue was?"
I mean, I feel like I did, but I have definitely not done a stress test situation where I'm doing exactly what I was doing when it was crashing a lot, but it was crashing in other situations as well. I have stopped Steam from automatically recording in the background. So it's like, okay, one less thing using the GPU to encode video in the background probably is going to help a little bit. But I need to run a stream where I'm doing a bunch of stuff and see if it crashes again. But it's been better recently.
Using OBS is like owning an old car. It's constantly like something is breaking and you have to like do maintenance all the time.
It's like a hobby of its own. And I mean, It's lucky it's free. Is what I'll say.
Yeah,
glad it's free.
Oh yeah.
Connell Wood says young Pauline is their best new character in years. That's I mean, I do like her a lot. It just makes the whole Pauline character in general kind of more interesting and more fun. It's been really neat just seeing her become like part of the crew, starting with Odyssey. And like, yes, Odyssey was the first time she was really sort of back, and just seeing her and stuff again, it's good. Now I'm trying to wonder, like, how do we get Pauline in Smash? Would they just do the kid version? Are they going to redo... They'll probably redesign Donkey Kong in the next Smash to be a bit more like this one. But is it going to be like straight up Donkey Kong and Pauline as like a combo thing, and she's always on the shoulder? I wonder what they'll do there.
Oh, that's interesting. That could work. I would like to see that.
But yeah, I agree. She's a fantastic character. And, I'm trying to think. We had a lot of great games on the Switch one. I don't know if we had like a ton of new characters pop off. There was
a lot of good
Pura
characters. Yeah. Pura.
Yeah, Pura popped off for perhaps for not very Pura reasons.
Fuck you. Get the hell out of here.
That's why I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I was like, "Oh right, that's Pura in this game." I almost forgot she was in this game. Strange. Next up is from like a Dylan. Ender Magnolia is a fantastic Metroidvania that released this year. I recommend it and its predecessor, Ender Lilies, P-Switch. Yeah, I never played Ender Lilies or Ender Magnolia.
I played a little bit of Ender Magnolia, and it just didn't hook me right away, which is not an indictment of the game. My understanding is it has a very, very good combat system for a Metroidvania that is very open and enables you to play it how you want and equip the stuff you want, and it changes how everything works. But I just didn't, I want to, for a Metroidvania especially, I want to feel immediately connected to, I like moving around the space, I like exploring. It just took a little bit too long. So I might go back to it, but God, there's plenty of games out there. There's plenty of Metroidvanias as well, so we'll see.
It's got overwhelmingly positive reviews.
People
on
love
Steam.
it. Yep.
Is it on Switch too?
I don't think so. Not yet. I don't think so.
Released it on... I hope they release it on Switch too
for
the end of the year. I would like that. Good. Antonio Morales says, Mike, update on Gamer Rep 2. You promised the kids. I know. It's coming. If I keep saying it, stop yelling. Yeah, I got no excuse. I'm a piece of shit, Jeff.
You've been busy. I'll say that. You've been a busy man. And
I've been a busy boy.
I feel like I am okay to give you the deadline of the next Extra Life. So you have until then, and you could debut it at the next Extra Life. I think that you can have that much time.
I'll try to get it done before that. But
I'm just saying, that's the deadline, where if you don't meet that, I will kill you.
Fair, I understand.
For the kids, Mike.
God, it's so
fucking.
I think it's so funny when you threaten to kill me.
Me too.
Oh, I'm so glad with this special relationship. Al Grux says Jeff needs to do Manscaped ads again. We should get some kind of ad on here again.
Yeah. I'll you know what? I'll get to work on that. We'll see what we can probably grab a few things. Yeah.
Next up is Antonio Morales. Mike's thought on the bad apple, Brian Keith. Is this a wrestler? Yes, this is a wrestler. Terrible gimmick. Terrible gimmick. He should be with a name like Bad Apple. Come on.
Is it named after Bad Apple?
I'll tell you what, it's a redundant name, as if there's a good apple.
I kind of wish he was more dressed like an apple. He just seems to be dressed as a person who's bad. And
there are way too many Apple-themed wrestlers. There was Carlito. QT Marshall, for no reason, also was doing an Apple thing. I have no idea why. I hated that. So yeah, it's a big problem.
Sorry, Mike.
Thank you. Sign for Saskatchewan says, Mike, is Disney remaking Old Yeller this year? Are they? Who knows? Maybe. I've never actually seen like Old Yeller.
Yeah, well, you don't need to. It's your life. I mean.
Yeah, I've
looked. Another one gone. Yeah.
1957. That movie's even older than I thought. Dang, that's like one of their first or earlier live action things. I should watch Old Yeller. I mean, what's the rest of that movie? You know, I know one thing from it. But like, what else did they do?
I have no idea. Does it just end? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's an 84-minute film, not the longest, but still, we got to fill up those other 83 minutes with something.
That's a long time in dog minutes, though, so that's all right.
Right. I guess they got to get you attached to that dog before they kill it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The Achara Wolf says, Forspoken, Gollum, and Redfall feel so long ago. Yeah, I sure do.
Wait, I feel like it's mean to bunch Forspoken with those other two.
Well, but they kind of suffered a similar fate, whether it was deserved or not, right? Like, I get it. Because there's that other one that I associate with Forspoken. It had a terrible name, but it was like the first-person magic shooting game. You remember that?
The EA one, was it?
It was the one. Yeah, was it the EA original?
Yeah.
It was an EA original. And that girl who's in everything was in Immortals of Avium. How could I forget a name like that? Yeah, like that's right there with them.
We should have
me or in that
on Giant Bomb. We should have something where like you do have to like draw straws, and like all of it is just games like this. And it's like someone's gonna get Gollum, someone's gonna get Redfall, and someone's gonna get Immortals of Avium, and or you throw Forspoken in there, sure. And you have to, and that could be the long straw. That's the good one in there.
What the hell is the Redfall experience like right now?
I'm kind of morbidly curious.
Yeah, like Redfall had defenders. Redfall had defenders for sure. The Gollum didn't have any defenders.
Yeah, you got
no.
It's on Game Pass, so we can always check. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
We could. We could do that. I mean, I'd rather not. All right. That's it for the Super Chats for now. Thank you so much, everybody. If you want to send in any more Super Chats, we will read them before the end of the show. Your support, super appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for sending in those Super Chats. We appreciate it. What we're going to do now is we're going to take another break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to play Who Wants to Be a Mikey-onaire? That's right, Mikey. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to win.
We're going to do it right after these messages. All right.
I'm gonna win.
There's Mikey O'Leary's super chat over there right now. Everybody, we'll get to the rest of the super chats at the end, but you can still look at them on the screen. Okay, are you ready, Mike?
What is this new tech? Do you have it on the screen? Are we doing this?
Yeah, the super chats pop up now.
No, the quiz.
The Mikey-onaire.
Oh, this. No, I can't put it up on the screen. I'm sorry because
You are forgetting.
That's fine.
It broke. It breaks halfway through. I tested it, and every time on question 7, it would break. So if I were to put what I have on the screen, you would have all the answers and stuff.
That's all good.
So it's an audio podcast, right? Everyone just bear with me.
It's a podcast.
I did find that there's a PowerPoint tool or template I could buy for like $5 that someone made. I'll probably get that for next time because I'd like to just have that.
Okay.
All right. You guys ready? I can bring it back.
Ready.
Yeah. Bring it back. Do.
All right, we are back, and it's time to play Who Wants to Be a Mikey-onaire? Mike, first, before we get into it, I do want to ask, what should be on the line this time? I can't remember if we had anything specific from before that we haven't done yet. You want to do another restaurant bet?
Oh, boy. Yeah, I feel like there was some kind of a goal. I forget if I get a wish or something, right? I just get a wish.
One time it was like, who wants to go to... what's the Margaritaville, yes. Who wants to go to Margaritaville? So we can do something along those lines. We can do it. Can we
go to the Lobster?
We can go to the Lobster. Okay. Yeah, I
would
love
love that.
That.
The Lobster with the boys?
Yeah, we go to the Lobster with the boys. We can make a little video and put that up for premium members.
Yeah, last time it was a Yeti shirt was what I would have won. That's right. That's what we were doing.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to do it. Lobster and a t-shirt. There we go.
Oh, my God. It's best day ever.
It's the big one. That means you got to win. And this time, winning means knowing your Kong. It's a Donkey Kong themed. Who Wants to Be a Mikey-onaire? I unplugged my headphones there. There we go. We're back. I came up with a bunch of Donkey Kong related questions. There's 15. Okay. That's how many questions are on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It'll start off easy. It'll get more difficult. Mike, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Fantastic. Let's go. Question 1. Donkey Kong is what kind of animal? A, donkey. B, Kong. C, Dongus Kongus. Or D, ape.
now, see, I'm actually really, really worried because I would say ape, but in this new game, there's like a note that like all monkeys must use like help with pairs of two or what. That this doesn't apply to Kongs. But I think Kong is more of a classification or a surname.
And also, I wrote this before I saw that moment in this game, just to let you know.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have a tail. He's an ape. He's an ape, sir.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That is correct. All right.
Okay.
Question number 2. What was the name of the protagonist in the first Donkey Kong game? A. Mario. B. Jumpman. C. Luigi. Or D. Stanley?
Interesting question, because we know him as Mario now, Jeff, but of course, at the time, he was simply referred to as Jumpman.
Is that your final answer?
My final answer, sir.
That is correct. There's definitely people who might get a little pedantic about that. Had you said either Mario or Jumpman, I was going to give it to you because there is some argument, I guess, that Jumpman was just an internal name or whatever. I knew you would say Jumpman, so I'm glad that's where we ended up.
What are my lifelines this time around?
So we can ask the audience. We'll run a poll. I will find some way to get Christian to help me out with doing a 50-50. And then phone a friend. You can call one of your brothers or whatever, or Sean or something like that. Whoever you want to call.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know the right answer. You could just pick a right answer and a not right answer, I suppose, for 50-50 on your own.
Yeah, you're right. I could probably, I'll figure it out. Okay. Question number 3. What is the subtitle of Donkey Kong Country 2? Is it A, Diddy's Conquest, B, Diddy Kong's Quest, C, Diddy's Kong Quest, or D, Still Kongin' after all these years?
It's a pun, so it's supposed to sound like Diddy's Conquest. So it's like his conquest. So it's not Diddy Kong's quest. It's Diddy's Conquest. Diddy's Conquest.
So you're going with C, Diddy's Kong Quest.
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That is correct.
Woo!
Question 4.
It's a funny pun. Okay.
What is the name of the frog that you can ride in Donkey Kong Country? Is it A, Winky, B, Frog Fuchsius, C, Slippy, or D, John Frog?
Yeah, I wasn't like certain, but boy, those last 3 aren't right. Those are other things. Frog Fuchsius is from Mario. It's from Mario RPG.
Who could say?
John Frog, I don't think it's a character. And Slippy is from Star Fox. What was the first one again, sir?
Winky.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't sound like a good name for a frog, and yet I think that frog's name is actually Winky. He's not quite as memorable as Rambi, huh? But Winky was there, or Unguard. No, but yeah, there's Winky.
Winky was there too. Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct.
I can taste the Cheddar Bay right now, Jeff. I can taste it.
Oh, the coldest brews, baby.
Those ice cold brews, the fastest Wi-Fi.
It's gonna be so fast.
It's gonna be so fast.
Question 5. The game Donkey Kong Jungle Beat used a control gimmick. What was it? A, bongo controller. B, motion controls. C, microphone for singing. Or D, vitality sensor.
Yeah, these were the want to make sure that there is that Wii game. That's not Jungle Beat. That's a racing game. Jungle Beat is in fact the bongo one. So bongo controller is the correct answer.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct.
Hooray. That's good. That's good.
Question number 6. In Donkey Kong for NES, a level was cut from the arcade version. Which was it? Was it A, girders, B, cement factory, C, elevators, or D, rivets?
Why did I think it was a pie factory? Can you say those again?
The cement factory is also known as the pie factory.
Oh, it's good to know. Good to know. I'll go with that one then.
It's girders, cement factory / pie factory, C, elevators, or D, rivets. I think it was fair to tell you that because it is widely known as pie factory.
Okay, I was gonna, if I had to guess that, I was like, I guess I'll guess the one with the word factory in the title. But all right, pie factory.
Final answer?
Final answer.
The correct answer is B, cement/pie factory.
All right, cool.
All right, how are you feeling so far, Mike? You're 6 questions in. You have 9 questions to go. It's going to start getting a little bit more challenging here very soon. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's so good because sometimes you can get tripped up on one of the easier ones and waste a lifeline or something. So it's good to still have all of the lifelines going into, when things are going to get a little trickier. But I know a decent bit about Donkey Kong games. I maybe have somebody in mind when I need to call somebody for help if they're available. So yeah, I feel okay.
And this is like this is right the area where it does become a risk reward with the lifelines because like you could save it, but if you get it wrong, you're done. So it's like, man, should you just use it now instead of trying to be cute and save it for later? But
right, but it's so this isn't like the other show. It's like, well, at least I'll walk away with like so much money. It's all or nothing here.
It's all or nothing. That's
so
right.
Just getting to the end and losing doesn't matter. I gotta get to the end and win.
All right, question number 7. According to Rare designer Steve Miles, what does the K in King K. Rool stand for? Is it A, Keith, B, Kremling? Kremlin? Is that how you say that? Or C, chaos, or D, nothing? And I put a K in parentheses at the beginning of nothing, so that you would know.
This is difficult. My instinct is to say Kremlin because he's the boss of the Kremlins. For sure. Nothing is like, they could be cheeky like that, but I don't think you're getting that clever here. Chaos, I can almost see. King Chaos Rule. Nah, he's just the king of the Kremlins. This word Kremlin should be. There's like Bowser's king of the Koopas. I'm not gonna waste a life on anything. I'm just gonna I gotta be a little brave here. I think I'm gonna go Kremlin. I believe it stands for Kremlin.
All right, let's see. So Kremlin, is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right, according to Rare designer Steve Miles, what does the K in King K. Rool stand for? Mike Minotti went with B, Kremlin. That is wrong.
No, Jeff, it's too early. No.
According to Steve Miles, they considered, he's like, sure, maybe Keith, Kremlin cast, but really it's nothing because he just wanted to make himself sound more important, so he gave himself a middle initial. All
Cheddar
right.
Bay.
Cheddar Bay.
Wow.
So close.
Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have used the lifeline. I was just like, it's too early to use the lifeline. It's too early, but maybe.
All right. Well,
wow.
Let's run through the rest of them. Let's see what you could do here. Let's see what could have been. Question number 8. What is the name of the villain's pirate ship in Donkey Kong Country 2? Is it A, Gangplank Galleon, B, Crocodile Cruiser, C, Captain's Claw, or D, Jolly Roger?
I think it's Gangplank Galleon, like the song. Yeah, probably that.
That is correct, Mike. Well done.
I would have gone that. That's a good song.
Question number 9. Who is the first boss of Donkey Kong Country? Is it A, Necky, B, Dum Drum, C, Very Naughty, or D, Queen Bee?
I believe it's Necky. I think you fight that Necky guy first.
The answer is Very Naughty. It's that little beaver guy. It's actually before.
Oh, it is the beaver first.
Yes,
oh,
I had the same thought. That's why I put it a little bit later.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why I assumed it was Necky.
I literally did the same thing. I'm like, it's the bird, right? And I checked. It's like, nope, it is Naughty. All right, question number 10. Who owns the gyrocopter in Donkey Kong Country 3? Is it A, Cranky Kong, B, Major Kong, C, Funky Kong, or D, Donkey Kong?
I think it's still funky with all the flight-based stuff in that game.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right, 5 more left here. Question 11. In Donkey Kong 64, which instrument does Tiny Kong play? Is it A, flute, B, violin, C, guitar, or D, saxophone?
My first thought was it was a clarinet or a flute, so I'm going to go with flute. I think it's flute.
That is incorrect. It's a saxophone.
Ah.
She pulls out a
that makes sense too.
Yeah, sax attack or something. I can't remember what the attack is.
Some kind of woodwind instrument of some sort.
All right, question 12. Donkey Kong 64 came with the expansion pack. How much did it increase the N64's RAM? Is it 4 kilobytes, 4 megabytes, 8 megabytes, or 16 megabytes?
Banjo's sister has the flute, Jason Finley. That's what I was thinking of. I think it was 8 megabytes. This is just a guess. This I almost certainly would have used a lifeline for, but I think it's 8 megabytes.
So it increases it to 8 megabytes from 4, so it's 4 megabytes.
Oh, tricky.
Yep.
Tricky.
Question 13. What failed arcade game did Nintendo convert into Donkey Kong? Is it A, Radar Scope, B, Popeye, C, Sheriff, or D, Hogan's Alley?
That one is Radar Scope, I believe.
That is correct. All right, 2 more. What is the name of the band of villains in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze? Is it A, Icicle Tribe, B, Snowmad Clan, C, Freezies, or D, Arctic Army?
Yeah, I mean, that's that, like, they're all like polar bears and whatnot. I can't quite remember. Arctic Army's a decent guess, but that might have been another Lifeline one. Maybe to Dan, if he was streaming, if he was still available, he might know better.
It is the Snowmad Clan.
Snowmad Clan.
Like they're Snowmads, and you know what? Yeah, instead of nomads. Oh. Took me a second.
Okay, sure.
All right, last question. Which expansion chip did Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo use? FX2, DSP1, SA1, or none?
That was an FX2. That was much later. I don't know if it has. I don't think it had any. I think I might be wrong, but I thought it was just a normal cartridge. I'll guess that.
That is correct.
Okay. Yeah, yep. I don't think it had anything special in there.
No, yeah, they just all the special stuff happened on the Silicon graphics machines, and then they were able to compress that down enough to fit onto a standard cartridge without having to have an extra chip. I was a little surprised by that. I'm like, oh yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Very few games even ever use that FX2 chip.
Yep.
It was pretty late.
Yeah, there's some of these other ones. The DSP1 had quite a few. The SA1 had quite a few. Those were earlier ones. FX2 was very late. You're right. Okay. All right. That does it for Who Wants to Be a Mikey-onaire. We'll do another one of those very soon. I'm going to go to Lobster with the boys.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll figure it out. Don't worry, everybody. I'll get back in there. Who's that guy from Rare? I'm going to write a letter to him.
Steve Miles. Or Miles. Yeah, I think he's the guy that just is no longer at Rare after 35 years.
Oh, right. That is that guy. Yep. I just wrote a story about him. Yeah, never mind. I'll leave him alone.
All right. Well done, Mike. I do have fun doing those. So,
thank you, Jeff. It was fun.
Yep. We'll get together more questions for Mike, and we'll see if we can get across the finish line next time. All right. One more break. We'll come back. We'll talk about what we've been playing. Probably a lot more chatter about Donkey Kong right after this. All right.
Bax, we're gonna play Donkey Kong tomorrow. We never got any early codes or anything, so.
Yep, I'm playing Donkey Kong on the thing tomorrow.
On the thing.
After
we'll probably do
mornings.
A quick look on Monday.
Yeah, we're gonna get a quick look up and running. Just stick around. Okay, cool.
All right.
You did a brother of the other males. There are multiple males.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
Interesting.
Multiple males.
You ready, Mike?
Yes, I'm ready.
Oh man, what is this?
I had to pee a little bit, but I'm like, let's just do the show, and then I'll.
Yeah, we're
okay.
We're in the home stretch.
Look at you, big boy.
Here we go. Yeah, big boy. That's right.
I think he's doing it because Sean didn't want to pee.
He feels challenged. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring it back. All right. Time for more Game Mess Decides, and that means time to ask Mike what he's been playing. What have you been spending your time with?
Yeah, so aside from Bananza, which is great, looking forward to playing a lot more of that. I did go back into Breath of the Wild for a while. I was talking about that a little bit, but still just super fun. Running around there, that performance looking like that's great. I hosted the Don Bluth Appreciation Night on Giant Bomb.
Yeah, the society reached out to you and was like, "We need you now, Mike. They're talking bad about Don Bluth. Can you host this special event that just happened to take place on Giant Bomb?" Yeah, cool.
Right. Yeah. So one person a little bit younger than me said they didn't like an old game that I don't even really care that much about, but to me it's like, this is important. How dare you? So that I spend $20 and dedicate my whole evening to defending these games. Yep, Don Bluth is an American animator. Worked at Disney, then left and made films like Secret of Nim, American Tail, Land Before Time, Anastasia, Titan AE. So he's a very prominent animator, especially for all the stuff he did outside Disney. But even before a lot of those movies took off, his studio first gained fame because they worked on this arcade game called Dragon's Lair, which, I think where a lot of people look at it now, it's like, this is just QTEs. But the interesting thing about it is that it has all of these lavishly animated sequences, and it's like Dirk, the main character, is like finds like a corridor, and it's like vines are coming from the left, and the right space is safe, so you're supposed to push right. And if you do, it continues, and if not, you see the death animation. You die like 3 times, you gotta spend another 50 cents or whatever. Because these games were more expensive than the other ones, because this was very fancy stuff in 1983. It ran on a laser disc, just right there in the arcade. Blew people's mind at the time. You can just get them on Steam now. Dragon's Lair, the kind of semi-sequel, Space Ace, which is just, sci-fi Dragon's Lair. It's pretty cool. And then Dragon's Lair 2, Time Warp, the actual sequel, which came out in 88. And I still had a lot of fun with all these games. It's definitely nice playing them on Steam, where you don't have to worry about spending 50 cents or $1 every time that you die.
Yeah, I think my position on these games was always like, I never saw them in an arcade, really. Maybe I did a couple times, but not very. If I did, it was like very infrequent and never called to me all that much. So I did play it like later, and it's like, oh, these are very simple, clearly designed for the arcade. So I just didn't have much to sink my teeth into. But I did always think Dragon's Lair looked amazing. Of course it did. That animation is phenomenal.
Right, because it's just like that caliber of the stuff that you would get from like Disney or anything like that, and it's just in this game instead. In the Steam releases, they have some other nice features that make things a little bit easier. Like when you actually play in the arcade, you are supposed to use just context clues and maybe some flashing things on the screen to know whether you should be pushing up, down, left, right, or the sword button. Those are the only 5 inputs. And on these Steam versions, they give you like an optional guide that always lights up on the bottom, so you know exactly where. Because sometimes it is a thing where like the thing you want to head towards, it looks like it could be to the right, but maybe it's below you. So what button is it? Yeah, so having that is good. So you can kind of just play through the game more and appreciate all the animation and the fun quirkiness of it. Even like it's Space Ace, it's switched up a little bit because you're playing as this kind of Buck Rogers guy who got hit by a gun that made him like a young dweeb. But every once in a while, if you push the button at the right time, he turns back into like a big buffy space dude again. If you push at the right time, then you can do that, and that will make things easier. But if you miss it, you might have to go through a sequence as a dweeb, and it's harder, or just different.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Never touched Space Ace.
Yeah, Space Ace is it's fun. I think people don't have much nostalgia for it. Dragon's Lair 2 is just wild because like in Dragon's Lair 1, it's a lot of really short sequences because it's basically after every input there's a hard cut. So it can kind of insert either like the win condition or the lose condition. By Dragon's Lair 2, it's just these really long sequences that only get interrupted if you miss. Then it'll do the death sequence. And like sometimes they go on a comical amount, like not like, we're laughing with it. Like the very opening, it's like, oh, the princess got kidnapped again. And you marry the princess because you rescued her in the first game. So your mother-in-law is just chasing you and berating you for letting this happen for like the first 5 minutes of the game. Like you're like pretty well away from the like your home and you're in the couch, she's still like coming at you with the rolling pin and stuff. It reminded me of Incredible Crisis. Yeah. When like that ball kept chasing you even long after you thought it was done. Right. And of course, like they do the time machine thing in Dragon's Lair 2 because it's an excuse. You can just do whatever you want, even when it doesn't really involve time. Like one time you go in the time machine and then you're in Alice in Wonderland. Well, that's not a historical era, right? Mm-hmm. That's just Alice in Wonderland, but it's funny. You have another sequence where it's Beethoven and you're small and Beethoven's cat is trying to kill you. Beethoven's piano starts flying and at one point it turns into Elton John. So like the animation and just the silliness is really ramped up in Dragon's Lair 2. But yeah, I thought that they were really fun to play through. There's some BS. Dragon's Lair 2 has this whole system where you have to collect items along the way. So not only are you trying to push the right inputs, but you got to keep your eye out for like a arrow and an egg. And when you see it on the screen, push the button where that is. So
if you don't get them, it's like a fail state.
If you don't get them, if you get to a certain point of the game, it's like you didn't get all the items. And I kind of thought like now that I had them at the end, I would see him using all these items to beat the game and like fight the final boss. Nah,
not really. That's a bummer.
Like, look, the games are definitely, and look, a lot of arcade games were, most of them were, but it is like very predatory towards your course. It wants you to die.
I think it's just easy to see how this one was predatory, right? Like in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you get hit, you're like, I guess I wasn't very good. And it's like, no, at a certain point, you just stop being able to block, and that's coded into the game. But it doesn't feel that way when you're more in control. Here, it's like, oh, I don't have control, and I can clearly see what's happening.
Right, like if you ever got to a final boss in one of those classic beat 'em ups, like because they know you don't. That's when you want to give up the least.
If you play that long, they know they have you. Yes.
So like, well, we're gonna make you spend like another $3 in quarters probably so you can beat this boss. It's just going, you can't not get hit for the most part.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a relic of that era arcades, but like, in parentheses, positive ways too, and it did something really interesting. And I know QTEs became pretty unwelcome, but this is kind of where that started, and I think that is interesting in its own way that we had this. Then that whole system went really dormant for a while, and then here comes the PS2, and QTE's Dragon Lair style is back. There's something fascinating about it. I like Don Bluth a lot. I think he's a bit of a animation treasure. So yeah, it was a fun evening. We watched some trailers. I did a little karaoke. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good stream, Mike. It was cool to see that stuff, and the game looks great on stream too. It was a good one to show off. Real quick, Chris Zaka with a super chat for $100. Thank you so much, Chris Zaka. We really appreciate that.
Thank you, Chris.
What are the chances of having former compatriots such as Tam, Lucy, and Emma on the new Giant Bomb? Are they allowed to be guests if they still work for GameSpot? We would be happy to have them. It's their job and their thing to get cleared over there. And there's times where that will be possible, but that it's all over on that side, and we can't have any say in that. So we are also it's still like a funky time where it's like I'm in meetings all the time, still actually to sign definitive agreements about the purchase with fandom, and so we're trying not to step on each other's toes. So I'm not like going like, hey, go ask your bosses if you can come be on our stuff at the moment, but we'll get back to that point at some point. But for now, we're letting GameSpot do their thing, and we're doing Giant Bomb stuff over here. But we got Tam, Lucy, Emma, everyone over there. It's just fantastic.
Yep, absolutely. Love to see them on stuff. But yeah, it's a bit of like a transition-y period right now.
Yep. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Right now it's Donkey Kong, which we talked about a little bit, but I'll say that it did take me a second to get used to the jump button being on A instead of B. I'm used to it now, but it was like 20 minutes where I was like punching down 3 times, like, oh yeah, right, jump is over here. I think I just associate jumping and Nintendo platformers to be in that spot. Now, I love for the reason why they do it, because B is the down face button, and that punches down, and Y is the left face. What's that?
The south button.
South, yes, south, yes.
Call it, yeah.
Right, exactly. And then the Y button is the west button, but that punches sideways. And then the X button is on top, so that punches upward. And I love that kind of shit in games. And I'm having a lot of fun just kind of going around right now and seeing just how much of a wrecking ball I can be. And it's way more than I was even expecting. I was like, very quickly, you're going to meet material that's really hard to punch through. And it's like, there is more difficult material, but that's when you just pick up rocks and start slamming against them with other rocks. And I'm already starting to get a good idea of like, oh, these materials have other characteristics to them. Some of them are slick, so you can't climb on them or whatever. And apparently there's a ton of like interactivity between these things later on. And I'm like very excited to see that. Mentioning Pauline earlier, and she's a great character. Just kind of got to her, and her singing, her like characterization has been very good. And you can tell it's going to add or at least so far, it has added just a little bit of emotion to this game that is a fun 3D platformer romp. And I'm like, oh, that is welcome. It feels like Nintendo always a little bit reserved with bringing in story, but it feels like they are doing this here just enough to kind of add the right flavors to all the things you're doing and just make it feel a little bit more special. And it has so far. I'm ready to see how inventive it stays, but early on it has just been blasting through these levels, destroying everything, finding these big golden bananas sort of happened by happenstance just because I'm having so much fun beating everything up, and then going to the next checkpoint and moving on. And that has been a joy. I want to see what replaying the levels looks like as well. So like you said, it sounds like they will show you a critical path, and then there's a bunch of nooks and crannies to explore later. I want to see what that feels like. I was like a little bit maybe overwhelmed at first, but the map in this game is so good, Mike. Have you spent much time in the map?
it's so neat because it's just, well, now the map doesn't run at 60 frames per second, Jeff. So that's a big problem.
I just put together earlier in chat that people were like, saying that people in chat were saying it doesn't bother me. I don't know why people are complaining. I'm like, people are complaining about the frame rate of the map. That map is so useful. It just zooms out, shows you where you are. It's like if the Metroid Prime map was very easy to use. I like the Metroid Prime map, but it's hard to use. Here, it's just like, I can immediately see where I am, where the goal is, and how to get there, because it's just the map shrunk out or shrunk down so you could look at it from afar. I was pretty impressed by that. So, yeah, good game so far, and it's what I'm going to be playing all weekend.
Yeah, it's funny you brought up that jump thing, because, it took me a little bit, and I'm somebody I can get used to controls relatively quickly. And once I realized it's like, because, the south button is punch down, the north button is punch up. Okay, that makes complete sense. I mean, we all got used to using that north button to jump in the newer Zelda games, right?
Oblivion, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can put it. Yeah, I'm somebody who's never bothered. I'm somebody who's always like, when some people are like, "Oh, this NES game put the jump on the wrong button," I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I played a lot of games that did one or the other, and it's fine. It doesn't. I'll get used to it.
Marino's right though. The map transition back into play, so it's like I'll be here and I want to go way over there. There's something flashing over there that says that's where I need to go next. So I will aim the camera in that direction, transition back into play, and now the camera's pointed right in that right direction. So it's just handy. I mean, the other stuff works that way, but it's just very visually easy to understand here. So I was appreciating that. But also,
Johnny Boy in chat said
go ahead.
There is an option to change the jump button if you wanted to. I think just in the game.
Yeah, of course. Yes, I saw that, but it's like I'm happier getting used to it, which I am now, because I think there's a reason they chose this. I think it is probably best for me personally to just go in and play the way they want, because I don't know, it just feels right now. But that's like a couple hours in, 2-ish hours and 2.5. Like I said, I had just a few minutes here or there tonight to play. But I'll be spending a lot more time with it. We'll do a quick look next week over on Giant Bomb, and I'm looking forward to that. Beyond that, Mike, I'm finishing up Survival Kids. It's a game that definitely has a repetitive quality to it, but it also I've been viewing it as, because it was originally a series that was on Game Boy back in the day, maybe Game Boy Color. Same thing though, really, when you think about it. And I'm like, we used to get games like these bite-sized, small, weirder, experimental games. Maybe not even experimental, but just trying something that's a little bit different than just another game in that genre. And I think it does a good job of just being a small, little, handheld, portable game. And it takes familiar ideas of survival game tropes and makes them very bite-sized challenges. And to the point where I could start one up, can see here I can get the gold medal or the 3 stars on this if I beat this in 20 minutes, and I can get 1 star if I beat it in an hour. So I'm probably going to beat it in around 45 minutes to an hour this first time through. And it's like, okay, yeah, I can make time for that real quick. And that's really satisfying. And, it is just the running through the order of operations of building my camp, going to get firewood, making a fire, finding the blueprints for a fishing pole, going to get the vine and the rock and the wood for a fishing pole, using the fishing pole to get something else. It is a process game, but it's done so in a way that, again, I find very snappy and responsive. So, that other Switch 2 exclusive everyone's talking about, there's something.
Yeah, no, people can't stop talking about Survival Kids.
Yeah, there's more to it than I think the review, or at least the aggregated review score, gave it credit for. Anything else from you?
No, nothing that I haven't talked about recently here. Just I want to play more Bananza for sure. So why don't we wrap up this show? I read a couple more super chats. We can get back to doing that.
Fuck yeah. All right, Mike, read the super chats.
Mikey O'Leary says, Mike, I told Bankhurst to ask Disneyland Resort's president about the new parking garage going in, and he did. And it's in the published interview. Well, okay. I'm about to check that out on IGN.com. Thank you so much, Mikey. Appreciate that. And then from Antonio Morales, show was decent, talking about AEW. Dynamite, definitely the A show. Saw John Morrison and Taya, but they looked like they wanted me to leave them alone, so I did. Penis. Well, good on you for reading the room there.
Yep. Good job.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm glad you had fun, Antonio, though. That's awesome.
Oh shit, IGN also reviewed that new Smurfs movie. What did they fucking give it? They gave it a 6. Not bad for the the new Smurfs movie.
Yeah, that's better than they gave, and I only know this because Greg Miller always complains about it, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which got like a 5.8 or something like that, and he thinks that's
don't worry, Greg Miller, that movie has stood the test of time on its own.
Again, another thing the kids can't stop talking about. Frozen Empire. And then thanks again to Chris. Oh yeah, just real quick. Thanks again to Chris Zaka for the massive super chat. We always appreciate that. Go ahead, Mike. What were you saying?
Have you watched this Mortal Kombat 2 trailer?
I have not. The real trailer. I saw I saw a little bit of the Johnny Cage faux thing.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I don't like that they did a fake Johnny Cage IMDb page. That is a resource. I don't need your fucking frivolities and your jokes on IMDb. Get out of here with that. But the Johnny Cage fake trailer for his fake movie, that was pretty good. Carl Urban looks like he's having fun, and I think he's reached the point in his career where after that superhero show on fucking Amazon Prime, he's got enough.
The Boys.
Yeah, The Boys. I think he's got the juice to like draw in an audience that's there to see him do his thing, and so they're letting him do his thing, and it just looks like a good time. But yeah, did you watch the trailer for the
no? Maybe I will, because I thought that last movie disappointed, especially when it was like a pandemic movie. I remember like it got some hype, and I was like, oh, this was good, and then I saw it, and it wasn't very good. But I like.
Go, Christian.
Sorry. It's disappointing because they made a whole like fan character they come out with that has nothing to do with the real.
Yeah, that was a real stupid decision.
Why
then he made Goro a jobber in a fight. It's like, come on.
For their OC, it sucked.
Yeah. I do like Carl Urban, and I like that the logo for this movie just looks like the Mortal Kombat video game logo a little bit. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's good.
With the Roman numeral 2, that's good. But yeah, I don't know. Shao Kahn's in it, sure. Katana's in. She in the last? I can't remember who's in the last one.
I bet this one's going to be good.
Scorpion.
I think that if they focus, if they like Johnny Cage is going to be the focus the way it seems like he's going to be. That sounds like a good thing to me, and I think they'll probably end up with a movie that'll be a little bit more fun. That first one, I was like, I think I watched it on HBO Max. What was it called back then? HBO Go. And who can know? And I got halfway through, and I just couldn't care about anything that was happening, so I never finished it. Yeah, but I bet
Remember Kung Lao died.
Yeah, that's.
I hope they kill him on the first scene of this movie, and we never had to talk about it because he cannot ruin that movie because everything else is an A-OK action movie.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe other people disagree. I feel like Mortal Kombat does everything it can to not just make Scorpion the main character. And like maybe Scorpion should be the main character. Even that movie, because it opens with this very interesting Scorpion like vignette. Yeah. And they he doesn't show up again until the very end. The new OC was like his ancestor or something, or descendant. So
remember Liu Kang threw the fireball at the end of Mortal Kombat 1, and it was like from like a foot away, and you barely saw it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fucking rad. Yeah. And then in Annihilation, he turns into a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like literally Harryhausen shit, and like it was like 96. It was like the last gasp of that.
That's
and it was real bad.
God, yeah.
It was real bad.
And watching that ILM documentary, they made it sound like Jurassic Park came out and no one ever would fucking do stop motion ever again. It was crazy. It happened overnight, and then here comes Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Yeah.
It's like, well, we don't. Here's our budget. Yeah. We're gonna buy some clay.
All right, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Are we forgetting anything? We got all the super chats. I think I'm gonna hit that button then. Mike, why don't you tell people where they can find you on the internet?
Tolkoto, Blue Sky, and on Twitch. I'm gonna be playing the Outer Wilds here soon. Probably start that this weekend. I beat Sekiro. I forget if I talked about it on Bunkhead. So that's a great game. But yeah, going to at some point do the Demon Souls. Finish up the whole From Soft tour I've been doing here. But I have a punishment from Dan because we got smoked in Tony Hawk.
Yep, he killed us.
So yeah, absolutely. So definitely gonna be finally playing Outer Wilds. A game I've been meaning to play. Anyways, I knew people liked it, but it was number 3 on that Giant Bomb list of the 100
It's
best
definitely a
games
good
of the
match
century.
for the Giant Bomb audience.
I was like, geez.
Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. It's really, really good. That's one where it's like I do think about replaying it, and there are these outdoor TVs. I'm like, I'm gonna get an outdoor TV, set it up next to my fire pit, and do a stream outside for like a summer camp video where I replay Outer Wilds, because I've forgotten enough of it now that I could replay it and really enjoy it. God, that game owns. There's so many moments now that are like flashing in my mind. It's like just flying around and feeling the way the gravity works in a really satisfying in a way that feels true is fantastic. Trying to like, there's a thing that goes around another thing very fast, and trying to land on that. There's a way to actually do it, but trying to land on it when it's going that fast and like getting really close is another thing that felt really thrilling. I never could do it, but watching someone do it one time was one of the coolest things I've ever seen someone do in a game. All right, I'm Jeff Grubb on most things, or Grubb.wtf on Blue Sky. We're working at Giant Bomb during the day, everybody, so come hang out with us there. We're Game S Mornings. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll have a guest on. We'll talk about some news, and then we're gonna play.
Man, I thought you said guest on. It's really a problem, Jeff. You said a guest on. I'm like, you're gonna have a guest on from Beauty and the Beast. Holy shit! I need help.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have an intervention. We should have a intervention for Mike actually, and see how that goes.
Hey,
Your constant bringing up a Disney hurts me every day. Thanks for listening, everybody. Until next time, have a good one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.
Stop. Q&A.
Oh yeah, I'm doing a QA this week. I also probably play a little bit of that 007 game that I got for my punishment. Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
No one talks about games like Gaston. Very good, that boy, Jerry.
Yeah. Men for so long have fantasized about sucking their own dick. Oh shit, I just kicked my mouse over.
Bye, everybody.